an anti-inflammatory diet goes a long way.
It does.
I mean, we've got to take the toxins out. Inflammation is our body's response, or our immune system's response to toxins and or chronic stress. So the way I see cold therapy, I've been doing Wim Hof for years now. It was LondonCryo, I think in 2017 or 2018,
Correct.
where we got introduced, where I did that the first time. And that's a wonderful way of bringing inflammation down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of our clients who've come in with a lot of autoimmune diseases or suffering with, inflammation in the body. And just by doing cryotherapy regularly can actually bring that down, right? So we've had, it's so many success stories from doing cryotherapy, as well as many of our other modalities. They all work together, making people feel better. Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Reinventing Cool. I'm your host, Maria Ensabella, the founder of LondonCryo. On this podcast, I aim to talk to my guests throughout the process of their cryotherapy session, so you can get a behind-the-scenes look into the whole process while getting to know the guests better. On today's episode of Reinventing Cool, we have author Neil Cannon. Neil Cannon has written the book The Vitality Code and The Vitality Secret. He's also a vitality coach and loves to get to the cause and eradicate chronic illness. He helps you discover the energy you never knew you really had. Neil, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Maria. Really good to see you again. It's been a few years.
It has been a few years. Neil, shall we start off by you telling us a little bit about the Vitality Code and what the book is all about?
Yes, absolutely. So this is my second main book. I do actually have one I wrote about 10 years ago, which I don't really talk about, but the last one's The Vitality Secret, which is all about chronic inflammation being the underlying cause of just about every chronic illness. And that's a perspective to heal really from nutrition and also exercise and managing stress and grounding and sunlight. This one, it goes much more into what I call the 4 pillars of vitality.
Yes.
So physical, mental, emotional, energetic. So I've said 4 pillars to reverse engineer illness, heal inflammation, and ignite your life force energy. So as you know, with healing, it's not normally just one thing, it's every angle. And that's what I've done my best in kind of representing in that book.
Has this come from a personal journey, or is this something that you just were interested in doing research about and then sharing it with everybody?
Personal journey.
Yeah.
Can
you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, as I'm sure you know, most people, if not everyone I know who works in holistic health comes with their own story of healing something. And for me, it was eczema. I had it really badly for 30 years. And it wasn't until my dad suffered a stroke when I started to investigate what led to his stroke, which was chronic inflammation.
Yes.
His sister, my aunt, naturopathic doctor, actually told him a few years before his stroke that he had chronic inflammation. He didn't know what that was.
Right.
I just remember him saying this to me in the family kitchen. It's one of these weird memories.
Yes.
And years later, he had the stroke. And then I just had this memory. I thought, what is this thing called chronic inflammation? I'd started to see it in my research. And I had this kind of intuitive knowing that his stroke was avoidable. I just thought what he received in terms of advice to look after himself there was missing something.
Yes.
So I discovered inflammation, sure enough, is the underlying cause of the hypertension that led to the stroke.
Yes.
As well as the stroke, of course.
Yep.
The asthma he'd had since 12, fully reversible condition, contrary to popular belief. And also the eczema I'd had since I was a toddler.
Right.
So I went on a very strict anti-inflammatory diet and lifestyle.
Yes.
And my eczema went away. I can't say it's cured because that suggests it will never come back. But if I'm ever inflamed for whatever reason, the skin can give, the skin's a symptom, or the eczema is a symptom, like anything else. For the most part, it's gone.
Incredible.
And I've helped many other people since 2015 reverse inflammatory health conditions. And just about every chronic illness is rooted in inflammation.
Yes.
So you can heal so many labels of illnesses by addressing that one thing. And that's what I've been doing for 9 years.
That's incredible. Can you share some of the secrets to helping with chronic inflammation?
Cold therapy is perfect.
It is, isn't it? That's I think why we work so well together, right? And love what we do is because we know the cryotherapy is one of the main benefits you get from cryotherapy is reducing inflation in the body.
Absolutely.
And inflammation comes from things like stress and stuff as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Not only a bad lifestyle, eating wise, but also, if you're a highly stressed person, so working out how to manage that, and you have some of those secrets in the book as how to manage your stress and stuff, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, an anti-inflammatory diet goes a long way.
It does.
I mean, we've got to take the toxins out.
Yes.
inflammation is our body's response, or our immune system's response to toxins and or chronic stress.
Correct.
And or deficiency of cell fuels. So the way I see cold therapy, I've been doing Wim Hof for years now, particularly during COVID. I wanted to do everything I could for my immune system with breath work and cold therapy. So I've got a tub. In Mexico, it's a little bit different. And I think it was LondonCryo, I think in 2017 or 2018, where we got introduced, where I did that the first time. And that's a wonderful way of bringing inflammation down. As I know you know.
It is exactly.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of our clients who've come in with a lot of autoimmune diseases or suffering with inflammation in the body, and just by doing cryotherapy regularly can actually bring that down, right?
It's
so
incredible.
we've had it's so many success stories from doing cryotherapy, as well as many of our other modalities. They all work together, making people feel better.
Isn't it amazing what can be done with something so simple as cryo?
Exactly. Yeah, something as simple as cryo, but also having a healthy eating plan and through diet as well is also important. Every angle is really important.
I think it's one of those biohacks that everyone needs to know about.
Exactly.
Or vitality hacks, as I like to call them.
Is that what you call them? Okay. Do you want to share a few? I like the vitality hacks. Do you want to share some of those with us?
Sure. I mean, I've mentioned one of them with the Wim Hof method, which I've been doing breath work and cold therapy. Just getting into the sun, it's not really a hack, it's just one of those things we all need to do. We need to get into the sun, because when the sun lands on the skin converts it to vitamin D, which is one of the most anti-inflammatory hormones that we have access to.
Can you suggest some nutritional ones for us?
Oh, nutritional ones, absolutely. So the common ones, particularly in America, is to replace gluten. Take it out, because it's been hybridized, it's Roundup ready, so it's a toxic mess. It's inflammatory, categorically inflammatory, for just about anyone who consumes it. In Europe, it's slightly better, but still the wheat is inflammatory for so many people. So the staple culprits that almost everyone can benefit from removing or replacing, I like to say, is gluten and dairy.
Right.
Reduction in sugar, and of course anything, huge.
Yeah.
Anything fake or processed.
Yes.
One of my favorite taglines is, if you don't recognize an ingredient, your body won't either. #inflammation.
Correct.
You walk into the supermarket and you can't read labels. That's an indication not to have it. So there's a kind of general rule of thumb: walk around the outside of the supermarket, and unless you want to go and get tea or coffee in the middle. But it's just get vegetables, stick to organic as much as we can.
Exactly.
I know it's more expensive. It's just, it is an investment which can pay dividends. Fasting is incredible. Thinking about it, that could be termed a hack, if you will. Intermittent fasting. So if you miss out on breakfast and you intentionally fast for a longer period of time, that helps to reduce inflammation, helps with insulin resistance, helps to detoxify. So you can save money on breakfast and buy organic for lunch and dinner. So but organic is really staying clear from all of these chemicals, which are, our vegetables and fruits are laced in pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, insecticides. So if we can take them out, our immune system's not going to be going on overdrive trying to protect us from those chemicals, which is what inflammation is.
Exactly.
I've got a recent testimonial from someone who read my last book.
Right.
Someone in Austin. And all he did was follow the guidelines, which was really about going organic.
Right.
And in a matter of weeks, his blood work changed dramatically.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
It's just a 2-minute testimonial I've got on my page, actually. Yeah. It's so incredible what... Obviously, that's not going to have the same impact on everyone. On
everybody, that's right, because everybody's different, correct.
With that said, if someone's consuming a toxic diet, in America it's called the standard American diet, if people are consuming that all the time, and then they go from that to organic, gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, it's huge.
It would have a huge impact on their health.
And then you combine that with cryotherapy, and then it's...
A winner.
A winner.
Exactly.
And breath work and all the other things,
Exactly. So Neil, if we can just turn to how you discovered cryotherapy for the first time.
I believe it was with you. We have a mutual connection in 2017, I believe it was. And she introduced me to you. And I said an immediate yes to come, to come and experience it and meet you. And it was amazing. So I hadn't done any ice baths by that point.
Right.
And
were you already doing the Wim Hof breathing at that stage?
a little bit of breathing,
right.
but not much cold. I didn't like the cold.
Right. But who does?
Who does
right?
like the cold?
Exactly. We get that all the time.
Exactly. So the idea of going into, what is it, minus
130 degrees.
Minus 130 degrees.
Yes.
That sounds daunting.
Yes.
Yet when you get in there, it's really not that bad.
No, it's not. It is a bit of mind over matter. So if you're already doing breath work, you know how to take yourself to that place, right?
Yes, exactly. And I find London Cryo or cryotherapy easier than jumping into an ice bath, personally.
Why do you say that? Yeah, of course.
Well, with ice, it's full submergence. So it's, except for your head, of course, unless you want to go, unless you want to do a face plunge. With cryotherapy, I think because you're dry, and it's vapor, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So it's less of an impact or major stressor, like the ice can be on the skin. I don't want to use the word stressor because it sounds like a negative connotation.
But I know, but you do need a little bit of that stress for the body, right? So it's really important.
It's with ice, your whole body, reacts very quickly, and it takes training to kind of calm the mind and body down. I didn't feel I needed to do that with the cryo. I was kind of pretty relaxed.
Very good. Yes.
So yeah, I loved it from the get-go. And I think the first time I came here, I met Brian Rose, London.
Oh, you did. That's right. We were filming for that as well.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yes. Very good.
Yeah. And you meet great people at at places like this.
You do. Thank you for that, Neil.
Yeah.
So Neil, as we've talked about, some of the benefits of cryotherapy are reducing inflammation in the body. It lowers cortisol levels, so people feel less stressed. It can help people get a good night's sleep. How do you see that aligning with the secret hacks that you've got in your book?
Fully. I mean, it's a perfect alignment.
It is, isn't it?
It's addressing so many angles with one treatment. That's one thing I love about cryo and cold therapy. You're doing so many things with one session. And like you were saying earlier, it's that regularity where I imagine people can get results just with cryotherapy without doing all the other things.
Well, they can. It's as long as they do more than just one session. I mean, one session, you're going to have a great night's sleep, right? Yeah. But it's when you do them like 8 to 10 sessions that you're going to get the most benefits.
Yeah.
Benefits like sleeping better, giving you more energy, making us feel less stressed, right?
Totally, So imagine the benefits with doing that alone and then stacking it with the other things.
Correct.
People who reverse cancer don't just do one thing, they do every angle.
That's right.
And autoimmune diseases, really severe stuff. We've got to address every angle. So imagine combining all of the things with something like cryotherapy, which is profoundly healing. It's very, very complementary, I'd say.
So Neil, we're going to get you into a cryo session now.
Wonderful.
And so we can share with people how easy it is to do, more mind over matter, and then we're going to talk about how you feel after doing your cryo session. But just to finish, can you tell people how they can find out more about you and get a copy of your book as well?
Absolutely, yes. My main website is vitalitysecret.com, and I'm also on Instagram on Neil Cannon Vitality, and on various social media channels. So but the main thing is probably vitalitysecret.com. I've got my own podcast, vitalitysecretpodcast.com. Yep. I interview people who reverse incurable illnesses according to Western medicine.
Yes.
So I like to share all of these stories so people are inspired as to how they did it. Without medical intervention, which is amazing.
It is amazing, and that's the way forward, right? So there needs to be more of that.
Totally. One of my main messages is the body's ability to heal is greater than we have ever been allowed to believe. It's always healing.
So important.
It's always healing. It's always striving for balance and homeostasis. We just need to take what's harming it out, put the good stuff in, put the fuel in, and use that kind of treatment to complement it all, to allow the body to heal itself.
Very good. Okay, so let's go in and do cryo.
Can't wait.
So Neil, are you ready to do your cryo session?
I am.
Let's pre-cool the machine and get you in. Okay, so you ready to go in now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get you in. Woo. So watch your step going in. Take your gown off, pass it to me over the top, and I'll grab that from you. Thank you, and I'll press start.
So should I face this way to start?
Yeah, this way to start, and then
keep my hands out.
Yes, or put them on the rim if you like. So you take your arms out, and then it will get you to take a quarter of a turn every 15 to 20 seconds, okay? You're feeling okay?
Great.
Very good. You enjoy cryotherapy, right?
I always have.
Yes.
And now I've been doing ice baths. This is very like a walk in the park.
Very good. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. So if you take a quarter of a turn for me.
Mine is 130.
Yes. And if you look at the back there, so you'll see a countdown of the time and the temperature that it's at as well. I'm just going to move you a bit further down so that your shoulders get in there as well, okay? Yep. Bringing you back down now. If I get you to put your arms on the rim, if that's okay. Yep. Yeah, like that. That's perfect, okay?
So not to be confused with cryogenic freezing.
Definitely not, right? That's a bit extreme compared to what we do. Take another quarter of a turn. So coming up to the halfway mark, how are you feeling in there?
Feeling amazing. So what does this show on me? What does this show here?
It just shows where the cold's hitting you. That's all that's showing us there. So you enjoy some of our other treatments here as well, right, Neil?
I love all the treatments you have.
Which one in particular? A big fan of the infrared sauna?
Huge fan of infrared. Love it. Particularly when we don't get much sun in England, so we need to maximise.
Exactly.
In any way we can.
Exactly. We've also got the red light treatment here as well. Please take another quarter of a turn for me. Very good. We've got a minute to go.
Now it's getting a little gold, getting a little
and you'll find it in your legs more so because the blood will rush to your core, and whilst it's here, that's where it oxygenates the blood. So you stay a bit warm up the top, but it's the rest of you that feels a bit more of the cold.
Amazing.
Please take another quarter of a turn.
It feels so good to be.
It does. Yeah. It's really powerful, isn't it? Right? The benefits you can get from doing any kind of cold exposure.
Yeah.
It's really important. And you've got 5 seconds left.
Do you always do a maximum of 3
3,
minutes?
2, 1. Yes, we do. Just hold on. I'm just going to open that slightly for you. Right. So Neil, how are you feeling?
Amazing, revitalized. Always find it energizing.
Very good.
It was great.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. And you're a big fan of our other modalities here as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about your favorite ones?
Absolutely. I'm a huge fan of your infrared sauna. I mean, I can see a difference on my skin the next day.
Yes.
Or even afterwards. It's remarkable. So huge fan of that one. Of course, if you're in England and we don't get much sunlight, we need to biohack or vitality hack our way into getting sun exposure.
Exactly.
And the great thing, of course, with infrared is you don't get the harmful rays of the sun. It's all the healing rays.
That's right.
So so much healing can be done with that. You do CryoFacials as well, don't you? That I did last time, but maybe don't tell anyone I did that.
But your skin looks so amazing and it's glowing, right? So
thank you.
Definitely one of the benefits from a cryofacial.
IVs, you do IVs here, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Just nutrient therapy, ozone therapy, vitamin C, D, glutathione. You do like a cocktail, don't you? Like a mega boost cocktail?
Yes, with our IV therapy. Yeah, that's one of our most popular ones.
Amazing.
And to complement that with our other treatments as well. So like if you are doing an IV, for example, you can do like the Normatec compression therapy, or you can use the local machine. So you can do like a blast of cold air with the local cryo machine.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So they all work well together.
You have a whole kind of toy shop here.
We do.
I could get completely lost.
One-stop shop, exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
Love this place. Yeah. And you have three locations, don't you now?
Yes, we do. So we've got one in the City of London, which is where we met, one in Belgravia, and we've got this location here in St. John's Wood.
Amazing. Love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Neil. Thank you.